Welcome, friends. This is a continuation of our land clearing project. We got it as kind of a part two. By the time we're all said and done, there'll be several parts to this video, I'm sure. But just wanted to do a brief update, kind of where we're at, see how much we've done. We've been at it now for a couple weeks. So hope you guys enjoy the video, and thanks for watching. Alright guys, I said we would show you how we light our fires around here. Seems like we do a lot of brush fires all the time. Basically, we took some hay, wrap it up tight in the ball, had some net wrap from where we had fed the cows this morning, and we'll light it, we'll soak it with diesel fuel, stick it in here, and for whatever reason, to get this green stuff to burn, you just got to get the fire really hot enough to actually get this to burn. And this does a really good job. For whatever reason, it's almost like a wick. The hay doesn't really burn up. All the diesel fuel burns out of it, and it makes it really, really hot, enough for all the surrounding brush to catch on fire. So that's what we're going to be doing. We'll tuck these in and soak them a little with diesel fuel and get this massive bonfire going. So. Got the fire going pretty good, so now we'll see if I can feed it. Get some of this stuff burned. Okay, so this hole seemed like a good idea at the time, but not so good idea because it's hard as crap to get here and feed the fire. So, let's see if I can. And you have to kind of get down in here and with it. Try to slide some of this stuff back. Get this back where I can reach it. Grab a better hold and prepare to slide down the hill. So yeah, seemed like a good idea at the time, burning in this hole, but I don't know. Well, I got tired of going in and out of that hole, so I actually just drove up here on the pile. So now I'm just sitting here feeding. I'm actually on top of the edge of the pile. Now I don't have to worry about it. Now I'm just feeding kind of all around me. Fire's kind of on the other side of the pile, so I was trying to push all this stuff in, and I got to thinking about it, and I thought, well, shoot, I packed this pile in here so tall and so thick. There's so much brush in here. Let me see if I can just drive up on it. So pretty much that's what I did. I think this here might work out all right. I think I might do that. I might just actually load right here and drive up on the pile. Sure is a whole lot easier than going down in that hole. Half the stuff I do, my daddy thinks I'm crazy. Supervisor. Love him to death. He thinks half the stuff we do is crazy. But couldn't do it without him. Alright, I got my help finally showed up. So, which they were working, they were cutting wood for our outdoor wood boiler, so I can't complain. But I got somebody now that can feed me brush with the skid steer. Well, as you can see, it's nighttime. We're still at it. It takes a pretty good while to get the fire this hot, so once it gets this hot, I hate to leave it. You can try to get it that hot, but it'll burn down. When it gets like this, I almost would just as soon stay out here most of the night and keep feeding it. So that's pretty much what we're doing. We definitely have some pretty big bonfires here. First generation farmer, most of the land that we got has been neglected for the years, so we're having to put in the work to get it back into production and get it back to where it used to be 50 years ago. Feeding a fire this big. It's a family endeavor. I got pretty much everybody out here. Bryson's running a skid steer. Ashton and Andy is just standing by the fire. Like I said, we may be working, but we're spending time together as a family. So, and there's no price that you can put on that. I'd rather see them out here spending time with us, working, doing this, than I had them just sitting up in their rooms Snapchat. Don't get me wrong, they do plenty of that. But if we can get them out of the house, away from social media, and actually do something like this, it's a win in my book. I don't know if you can see it or not, but man, that's a hot fire. You see the blue color in the flames? When you get that blue color in the flames like that, that's a hot fire. You can burn pretty much anything you want to burn when you get a fire that way. The problem is that it takes most of the day to get it that hot. And where, you know, mostly if you're doing this for a living, you'd be going home. And rightfully so. I mean, but now's the best time to start burning everything, keeping it piled up. Because if I was to let that just burn all night, I'd spend 2 or 3 hours tomorrow And friends, that's kind of what we've been doing. We've got, I was looking, I think it's roughly about 6 acres of it's cleared now. We still probably got about 6.5 more acres to go. But it just takes a while, especially with just a mini excavator, skid steer, and some chainsaw work. But a lot of cutting, piling, burning, but most of the topsoil is left intact, which is a good thing. So we'll keep going at it when we can. Like I said, we're only able to work on this really at night time after our full-time job and on the weekends. And we've gotten so much rain, it is so muddy. It makes it an ordeal to try to do any chainsaw work in these muddy conditions that we have. We really need it to be a good hard freeze. Kind of keep the ground froze for a couple of days, and it would actually help out quite a bit tremendously. But right now, as you can see, it's just a muddy mess. So we'll keep going at this. We're actually getting ready to enter in a little bit of a hardwood area before we get back over into some of the cedars and pines that grew. So it might take us a little bit of while through the hardwood areas. Some of that's good wood, and some of the logs we've been cutting down we've already taken to the mill. Anything bigger than what I would want to do for firewood, right, is we kind of take to the mill. You don't get a lot of money, but at least you do get something for it. It's a lot of red oak, white oak, and some other hardwoods as well, hickory, sweet gum, etc. in there. But there is some log length and size saw logs in these trees that we'll take down, and we'll probably leave a few trees just so that we can have shade for the cattle. But I want to make sure that I have enough room to drive around the trees with a sprayer and a 30-foot boom. So if we do leave some trees, there'll be quite a bit of space in between the trees so that we can actually get in and spray broadleaf, weed control, etc. So kind of aerial view of what we've done thus far, where we're at. We'll keep going, and hopefully by the end of this winter we'll at least get it all cleared up, and then in the springtime be able to come back when it dries out to kind of do some final finish grading. So stay tuned. I'm sure we'll have a part 3 later on. Appreciate everybody's time, and again, thanks for the support. Thanks for watching.